Number 1. Kiribati is the first country in the world to ring in the new year. The country is furthest ahead of Greenwich Mean Time at GMT plus 14. If you travel to this country, you'll be able to see the first rays of the rising sun. Number 2. There is a serious danger looming over this pretty country. Kiribati is susceptible to experience a rise in sea level due to global warming, and there is a high risk of the entire country disappearing beneath the waves within the next 50 years. Two small uninhabited islets, Tapua Tarawa and Abanuia, have already disappeared below the sea in 1999. To counter the risk, the country has bought 6,000 acres of land from Fiji to relocate its people at a safer place. Number 3. A UN report has described the wildlife of this island nation as one of the most critically threatened in the world. Kiribati has only a few land mammals, and none of them are indigenous. They are mostly dogs and pigs, brought in by the early settlers. Number 4. Agriculture is not practiced in the country, as the bad quality of soil and variation in rainfalls hinder the cultivation of crops. The island is famous for fishing, because of the availability of a variety of fish in the waters. Seafood is the main diet here. Number 5. Kiribati is amongst the world's poorest countries due to the lack of natural resources. The economy of this country depends highly on tourism, which constitutes almost 20% of its GDP. Number 6. Kiribati is the only country in the world that lies in all 4 hemispheres. The islands are widespread and lie on both sides of the equator, which is the northern and southern hemisphere. The country also lies along the prime meridian of the globe, occupying the eastern and western hemispheres. Number 7. Kiribati was once used as a nuclear weapon test site. In the late 1950s, UK was using a couple of islands for its nuclear weapon testing. What's insane is that during these tests, the locals living on the islands were not evacuated. Thankfully, it was stopped in 1963, when a treaty was signed to ban nuclear testing in the atmosphere, space, and underwater. Number 8. In Kiribati, a meeting house is a common place where a representative of each house in the village gather for formal discussions and decision-making on important issues. These meeting houses are called maniba. Number 9. Strangely, despite having a tiny land area of 811 km², Kiribati is spread across an area, roughly the size of India, which comparatively has a land area of 3.3 million km². Number 10. The main island of South Tarawa in Kiribati is one of the most densely populated places on Earth, with a population density of 3,600 persons per square kilometre. Despite this, there is only one road on this island, which is in very poor condition. Potholes and washaways are common. Number 11. According to United Nations World Tourism Organization, Kiribati is the third least visited country in the world. Receiving around 6,000 visitors a year, only fellow Pacific Island nations, Marshall Islands and Tuvalu receive fewer tourists. That was Kiribati for you. Do like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Explified.